Hello, I'm Bailey Laser, and although this is a little bit late, today on my channel I will be recapping Super Bowl 54 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. So to start off with what happened in the first quarter of this game, the Kansas City Chiefs got the ball as the 49ers won the coin toss and deferred, meaning they would get the ball in the second half. And they went 3-0, and then the 49ers, they went to work with the running game. They were it seemed like in the first half, and only in the first half, they were running these end-around jet sweep, plays to Deebo Samuel, and he was just going to work. I mean, he was putting up numbers. He finished it with the game with 53 rushing yards for a wide receiver, which is really good numbers. But the San Francisco 49ers were able to get on the board first with the field goal, and I feel like in the first half it went really quickly, but the Chiefs would respond. Patrick Mahomes went to work. They were able to get inside the red zone. They had a 4th and 1. They went for it, and they were able to convert. Patrick Mahomes was able to finish the drive with a touchdown, a running touchdown, which would put the Chiefs up 7-3. The second quarter and throughout the game, Jimmy Garoppolo would throw more passes, but they tried going with the running game as well. Garoppolo was making some good throws, but he made a really bad throw when they were trailing 7-3. He was trying to throw the ball away. He didn't throw it far enough in a play in which he was getting pressured by two defensive linemen for the Chiefs. Probably would have been better off just taking the sack, but he threw it away, and it was picked off by Bashaud Breeland. The Chiefs would go down the field. Fortunately for the 49ers, they were able to hold them to just a field goal, despite the Chiefs getting in the red zone. So that was a big play in the game. The 49ers took that whole, only giving up 3 points off a turnover, and they would convert. They would convert as Jimmy Garoppolo was able to move the ball down the field and was able to throw a touchdown pass to fullback Kyle Juszczyk, if I'm saying that wrong, and that put the 49ers up that tied the game at 10-10. The Chiefs would get the ball back towards inside, almost about the 2-minute warning. They punted the ball. The clock was continuing to run inside 2 minutes, and for some reason the 49ers did not call a timeout. They had all 3 timeouts, and they just let it go. They got the ball back with a minute, and then the 49ers ran 2 running plays, did not stop the clock. After it was a 3rd down, the Chiefs decided to take a timeout, which was kind of weird. The 49ers then ran a play. They were able to get a 1st down, and then they got up towards midfield, but they let all that clock continuing to run, and then they threw a pass up with about inside 10 seconds left, threw it to Greg Kittle, who completed the catch for that put them inside the 20-yard line of Kansas City. That would put them in field goal range, but it was called back due to a iffy offensive pass interference. There was a little bit of contact, so I guess it's the correct call, but it was a soft call. But at the same time, why were the 49ers so conservative in the first half, as the score in halftime was 10-10? The second half started in this game with the 49ers getting the ball, and they were able to get a field goal off it. And then on their opening drive, the Chiefs got the ball, and Patrick Mahomes threw the first turn-up interception of his entire postseason career, and a really bad pass. And through 3 quarters, Mahomes was off in this game. The 49ers were able to convert that first off that turnover, got a touchdown that put them up by 10 points as we went into the 4th quarter of this game. As we start off the 4th quarter in this game, the Kansas City Chiefs had the ball. They were driving down the field near field goal range, probably needing at least a field goal to make it a 1-possession game, when Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill were just not on the same page on a 3rd down pass. Went off Tyreek Hill's hands, although it looked like it was thrown a little bit behind Tyreek Hill, and it was picked off by the 49ers defense. And after that interception, I personally thought the game was done. But the 49ers got the ball. They didn't get any points. They did take a couple minutes off the clock, but the Chiefs would get the ball back with not inside less than 10 minutes left in the game. It came down to a huge 3rd down and 15 play for the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes threw it up. He finds Tyreek Hill, who was just wide open and just shows how quick he is. on the field. The Chiefs then were able to get to the goal line, and thanks to a play-action pass by Patrick Mahomes, he throws it to Travis Kelce that would make this game 20-17 with about 6 minutes left in the game. The 49ers would get the ball back, and this is where the questionable play calling by Kyle Shanahan really came into a factor, and why he struggled as a coach and a coordinator in the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter. So he runs one play after the Chiefs score, make it a 3-point game. The one thing that the 49ers cannot do is go 3 and out. Well, they run one play, which got them 5 yards, which makes you think, why didn't they continuously go to the running game? And that's something they went away in the second half. Jimmy Garoppolo then threw 2 passes that were incomplete passes, and it stopped the clock with about 5 minutes, and they only ran about 1 minute off the clock. So then here comes the Chiefs. They get the ball back. Patrick Mahomes, makes a couple completions, including a big over 30-yard reception by Sammy Watkins, who just burned Richard Sherman on a great route, which put them with first down and goal. On a 3rd and goal, Mahomes throws a pass to Damien Williams, who's going out of bounds, but he was able to stretch the arms out and just get it past the pylon. It was really controversial. Really, it's one of those calls where I think if they had called it short, it would have probably been a 4th down, to be honest. But it's too close to call. It's one of those calls that you can really only call on the field. But they gave him the touchdown. It stood. The 49ers would get the ball back with about 2 minutes left. They moved all the way up to midfield. On a 3rd and goal, Jimmy Garoppolo has a wide open throws it. He has a wide open Emmanuel Sanders, and he misses the throw. On 4th down, it looked like a delay of game, because there was zeros on the play clock when they called the play, but the refs let it go. Jimmy Garoppolo gets sacked by Frank Clark, which made a turnover on downs. I think that for the most part, I thought the game's over. But the Chiefs, the 49ers still had 3 timeouts left, so there was a sliver of hope. But that sliver of hope was dashed when Damien Williams had a big 40-yard rushing touchdown in this game that put them up 31-20. The Kansas City Chiefs scored 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. The 49ers got the ball back when Jimmy Garoppolo threw an interception, which pretty much, which any left that the 49ers had was gone. The Chiefs were able to run the clock out, and they would win this game 31-20, collecting their first Super Bowl in 50 years. Andy Reid, after a long 21 years in the NFL, finally gets his first championship. So my thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. I mean, just all postseason long, I think this must be a first in the NFL to see in 3 consecutive games a team come back down from double-digit leads in each game, as they did that against the Texans, being down 24-0, the Titans being down by 10 points, and then this game they were down by 10 points as well. It just showed you the resilience. It was the opposite of Andy Reid's coaching career, how he gave up big leads. Well, he came back from big leads. I think it also just shows you cannot count out Patrick Mahomes, despite having not a really iffy game. And those interceptions kind of made me a little bit weary of him being awarded the Super Bowl MVP. I thought Damien Williams made a pretty good case, but I think it's called most valuable player, and if Mahomes doesn't make those plays, they don't win this game. If they don't have Mahomes, they don't win this game, period. But it's really good for the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid finally gets that deserved ring that he's been chasing. I think he was a Hall of Famer, even if he didn't win this game, but I think there probably would have been some controversy because it was just like, oh, we can't win the big game. Well, the controversy is out the window. He's a Hall of Famer, and there's nothing like, congrats to him. For the San Francisco 49ers, I think you're probably a little bit shell-shocked just because you're thinking, especially their fans, they're thinking, we were up by 10 points with about 7 minutes left. How did we lose this game? And I think Kyle Shanahan, I think this Super Bowl is more on the Chiefs coming back than him blowing it, although he's not blameless. I don't really get the coaching scheme. This is what bit him in Super Bowl 51 when he was the offensive coordinator. Why did they not continuously go with the running game? Especially considering it had been working all season long, especially in the postseason. I mean, the running game was the 49ers' biggest strength. They were one of the best running teams in the NFL. and they just went away from it. And I think he definitely is going to take a lot of the blame. Listen, the 49ers, I think with the pieces and everything like that, they have a good shot at getting back here. But unfortunately for them, this was a great opportunity, and they just... I mean, the Chiefs came back, but the 49ers have been blowing a 10-point lead. That's going to be a bitter pill to swallow. What were your thoughts on Super Bowl 54? Leave in the comment section below. As always, follow me on Twitter at Laser96 and click like if you liked the video. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all later.